everybody, it's Nikki here and welcome to a makeup video. So today is my update for Women Who Rock. It is a Fantastic Ladies collaboration and the creators were Ruth, let me get my notes, Ruth, Cece and Kim, and I will link everything you need to know in the description box below the video, so please do check that out before you leave. Now, I have dropped the ball in recent months with this project. I think literally since my first update, I have not updated this, according to my notes, since September, and that's because my mental health took a massive dip. Christmas is the only thing keeping me going at the moment, and Christmas is not that far away, and I'm a little bit worried that I might drop again after Christmas because I've got nothing to keep me up. Won't go into that. But one of the reasons that I mainly dropped on this project in particular was because I got myself into such a tiswas, and I know the lovely ladies who created this project would be the first people to say to me, Nicola, don't stress it. Nicola, just do what you can. And I love them for that. And it's took me quite a while to say, Nicola, just do what you can. And that is what I'm doing today. Because originally when I first started this project, the thing that got me most excited was, Ruth was one of the ladies who created this, and I love that woman with all of my heart. Me and her, sisters from another mister, I tell you that. Whenever she talks, whenever she says anything, I'm like, me too. I love her. And the other reason was because this is talking about women throughout history who have raised their voices, who've stood up, who've made themselves heard in a world that only listened to men and only took notice of men. And they said, no, I have something to say, listen to me. And they did something good for the world. And you know what, I love that, I love that. And I wanted to bring you a little bit of history about each of these women during my updates, give you a little bit of a history lesson about these women, because I must admit there were some women on this list I had no idea who they were. I think some of them I was unsure of because they're maybe more famous in America than they are in the UK. But that's probably the same for the Americans with some of the UK well-known people. So, you know, it depends on where you live. But yeah, because of my mental health, researching takes a lot of brainwaves, and I don't have those currently. I'm struggling, guys. The struggle is real. Literally, the struggle is real. So, research, yeah. So, it's hard work, guys. So, yeah, I haven't been able to do the research, and I got myself into such a tiswas because I was like, I'm supposed to research these women, and I'm supposed to bring them, I'm just going to chill, de-stress, and I'm just going to bring you the project pan. And then when I feel better, when I feel like I can get back into the research side of this, I will bring you a video researching these women. Maybe I'll do something for the end of the project if I feel much better then. And if I don't, I don't, because that's okay. I want to support my girls, the Fantastic Ladies. I want to support them. I want to support their projects. I'm already dropping a few projects next year that the Fantastic Ladies wonderfully come up with, because next year the word is play. The word for 2023 is play. I just want to play with my makeup, and so I'm dropping quite a few of my project pans in 2023 just so I can play more with my collection. But anyway, I've waffled on enough, so I probably could have told you about a woman in the time that it took me to waffle on about how I don't have the mental capacity to do any research about some of these women anyway. I have 3 products rolling out. As I say, I haven't updated you since September. 2 of them I hit goal on. 1 of them I've decided to declutter it. I've been playing with it. I created this eye look today, and to be fair, I was supposed to be concentrating on this palette for this eye look, and I found myself wanting to dip into something else. I just was so uninspired. But I'll get to that in a moment. The first rollout is this is for Jane Goodall, who I believe is the woman who has raised awareness of chimpanzees and conservation and stuff like that. I brought in this product, the Wet n Wild. Told you, the struggle is real. The Wet n Wild Petalette palette. Now, I opened this. It was still sealed when I brought this into the project. And the goal was to use it 10 times. But I quickly discovered that this shade and this shade were absolute pants. To be fair, this shade is just like I would probably use it to just set my base down. Rather than like as a highlight or anything. And this shade is it just doesn't have, look at that. Like, it has absolutely no payoff at all. So I quickly discovered that I only like 2 shades in this palette. This transition shade here and this darker shade here. So I didn't get my 10 uses of it. I figured, look, if I'm only using 2 shades in this palette, I don't really want to use them 10 times because I'll get really, really bored of that. So I did end up using this. Where's my notes? I did end up using it just 3 times, and I was like, you know what, I'm done. It will go back in my collection, and it may be something that I bring back in the future to try and hit pan on these 2 shades. But I'm not impressed, guys. I have used these smaller Wet n Wild palettes before. I panned a trio from Wet n Wild before and absolutely loved it. The shades, all 3 shades that were in the Walking on Eggshells trio, they were perfect. They were brilliant. I could use them in any eye look I was creating, one or more of the shades, but this one, it's pants. Sorry, Charlotte, because I know Charlotte bought me this when we did our advent calendar swap, but I'm not going to lie and say I love it if I don't. So yeah, I do love the 2 shades here, but these 2 shades are a bit dud. So that is coming out. The next one, I did get my uses on this. I used every single shade in this. The goal was to actually use it 10 times, but I used every single shade in this palette in 4 or 5 uses. I mustn't have counted them up properly. In about 4 or 5 uses, I did use every single shade, so I'm quite happy with that. I really, really love this palette. It's so pretty, and the looks I created with this was so gorgeous, so beautiful. This really was a very subtle palette. Sorry, I forgot to show you the front. It's the I Heart Revolution Coffee palette, and I really did love the quality of this, the colours in this. I really enjoyed wearing this, and when I decided that this was going to be the next palette that I was going to concentrate on, I wasn't looking anywhere else to bring anything in to complement this or anything. If anything, a cream eyeshadow maybe to use as a base to really make some of these colours pop, but I do that with most of my eyeshadow palettes, so that's nothing bad on this one. It's just something that I tend to do. I use a cream eyeshadow as a base, and then I put the powder eyeshadow on top. I've done it today with this eye look, but no problems with this at all. Absolutely loved it. I didn't get the 10 uses, but as I say, I did use every single shade and I'm happy with that. So I'm gonna pull this out. So that's, this was for Julia Child, who I believe was an American female TV chef, who specialized, I think, in French cuisine. So yeah. The last item I am rolling out is for Harriet Tubman, and for this one I had picked the Revolution Tammy X Tropical Paradise palette. And this is the item that I have decided to declutter. Come on, open, don't break a nail. This is a palette I've decided to declutter, and one of the main reasons is I'm just not inspired by this. And as I say, today I decided I was going to do like a green eye look or something, but there's only 2 greens in here. There's only 2 greens. One is a shimmer and one is a dark. I mean, how am I supposed to make a green eye look if there's only 2 shades? What? These at the top here are meant to be, because I watched Tammy's video when she introduced her Tammy palette from Revolution. I watched her video on this. These 3 here are meant to be the all-inclusive, I'm not laughing at her, she's an amazing woman, don't get me wrong, but these are supposed to be the all-inclusive transitional colours, the only transition colours you're ever going to need. That's what it was advertised at. This is a cream shade, which is used to set my base. Fine, okay, that's fine. But I use a fluffy brush to set my base. The pan on this is too skinny to get a fluffy brush in. And then these 2 shades, this one is very orangey and this one is very yellow. And again, I want a fluffy brush to go to use with my transition colour, and I can't get a fluffy brush into these pans without picking up something along this edge here. I'm uninspired. I am. The only time I've ever picked up this palette to play with it is when it's been in a project pan. Every other time I will bypass this palette, every single time. These old Makeup Revolution palettes only ever had one flaw, in my opinion, and that was they always made the pans too small. They always use these rectangular pans, and the width of them just was never wide enough for you to get your brushes in, and you end up trying to not pick up the colours on either side of the shades, because these divider bits are so thin, you're just going to end up picking up some of the other colours. And I'm done trying to play with it, trying to be inspired with it. I look at this palette and I go, I don't want to play with you. I want to reach for something else. Even when today I sat down and I was like, right, I'm going to use this palette to do an eye look with. As soon as I started, I was, whatever, what else have I got in my drawer? I ended up using this Revolution palette, which is the Mermaid Egg, because I just wasn't uninspired. So I am going to declutter this one from my collection. I did get it in 2018, so it's 4 years old now, going into 5 years old come 2023. So I am ready to let go of this. I tried to play with it. I've tried to use it in project pans. Just not inspired by it, guys. So this is going to be leaving my collection. So that is 3 rollouts. The Tammy palette is leaving my collection, but the Revolution iHeart Revolution, sorry, coffee palette and the Petalette palette from Wet n Wild will be staying in my collection, even though I only like 2 shades out of that. They're nice enough that I want to keep them. If I could depot them, that would be brilliant, but I probably won't be able to. So that's those 2 are staying, but the Tammy X palette is leaving. So that means that I get to roll in 3 new ladies to this project. So before I go into that though, let me give you an update on the 2 products that I had left. The first one of those was for Anne Frank, and for that one I picked a MAC lipstick in the shade Heroine. It is this gorgeous purple here, absolutely stunning. Love this lipstick. I do question myself sometimes whether a lady my age can pull off a Cadbury's purple lips, and then I apply it and I go, you know what, I don't care if I can or I can't, I love it, and I'm gonna wear it with pride. So yeah, that's that one. I have managed to use this since September. I have only managed to use it twice. So the weight went from 20.53 grams to 20.47 grams, and that's fine. It's a purple lipstick. It's not one of those lipsticks that I can just wear any time. I tend to really wear this for filming, because it is one of those, it's what I call a performance lipstick, you know? It's one that you want to wear when you're doing something kind of performance style, like I do for you. It's not something I would wear to go out food shopping in, you know? So I'm quite happy that I've had a couple of uses out of this. It means that in total it's now had 5 uses and the goal is for 10 uses. So yeah, hopefully if we carry on this way, it could be rolled out maybe February or March time. And I'm quite happy to keep playing with this for a little bit longer. So that is that one. The next product is for Beyoncé, and I picked a Lottie London Blush Crush in the shade Nick, because obviously it's close to my name. Problem, the hingey bit here broke off. So now my thing is a little precarious. But that is the blush there. Sorry, I'll blind you with the mirror. That is the blush there. I feel like I've flattened the dome of it, which I'm quite happy about. This is a stunning blush. I am wearing it today. It's a very bright blush. I am wearing it today. It's very, very, very pretty. I do really like this blush. I will be sad if the packaging breaks completely, and I can't keep the packaging closed, because then if I can't keep the packaging closed properly, I will feel like I have to declutter it, because you know, I don't want broken packaging in my collection, because I just feel like if it's broken, then air is going to get into it, which is germs, which is, you know, I don't want that. So I'm hoping that that lid holds on for just a little bit longer and doesn't break completely on me, because I will be really sad, because I really do love this blush. And Lottie London, I used to buy Lottie London products out of Superdrug, but they've since stopped selling Lottie London. I don't know if Lottie London is going out of business, but I can only find a couple of things online from Lottie London now, so I don't know what's happened to the company. But this has had since September, this has had 11, 12, 13 uses, because obviously it's a blush and I can use this more frequently. So it's gone from 32.24 grams to 32.09. So happy with that. 0.15 of a gram, which isn't a lot in the scheme of things, but it's a blush. So I'm happy to see that usage there. So yeah, very happy with this, and I really do feel like I flattened that dome. So that is going to continue on as well, because I have 22 uses for that, and I have had a total of 10, 14, 15, 16 so far. So I think this could be a rollout next month for sure. So moving on to the new ladies that I'm bringing in and the products that I have chosen for them. So for Marie Curie, who is the next lady I'm bringing in, sorry, prompt is a newly discovered product. One fun fact, maybe not quite the word, but one fact about Marie Curie, her work at the time she was alive was actually credited to her husband, not to her, because of course she's a woman. Why would she know these things? Anyway, so newly discovered product. I'm bringing this in, guys, because I love this product so much, and I would like the excuse to use it, to be honest, with no guilt. So this is the number 7 Hydroluminous Aqua Release Skin Perfector. It's a tinted moisturizer with 8-hour, I'll start that again, 8-hour hydration light coverage. So it's like this. I'm in the shade Light. This is a beautiful, beautiful tinted moisturizer. I love this so much. Yeah, this is a foundation or a tinted moisturizer that I would wear to go out shopping in. I tend not to use this for filming because I feel like I want to use some of my fuller coverage foundations for that. But I will use this when I go out shopping, or when I go to book club, or, you know, when I'm going out in public, really. And I just want to just to put something on my face, because I've maybe got a little bit of redness on my face or something like that. So I just want to even out the skin tone a little bit. I'll apply some of this. It's so beautiful. I feel like I don't have to babysit it when I go out. I don't have to worry about it. It sits nicely on my skin. I really, really like this. So this is coming in for 22 uses, because I do want to get those uses in. And its starting weight is 28.98 grams. So that's coming in for Marie Curie. The next item, I have been trying to pan this for so long, is for Spice Girls. That was the next woman that I rolled on my little thingy-majiggy. I used the Tiny Decisions app. So the Spice Girls prompt is a product you really, really want to pan. So as I said, I really, really wanted to pan this product this year, but we're bringing it in end of December. It is my NARS lippy pencil, I don't know, velvet matte lip pencil, sorry, in Do Me Baby, and it is only a very, very short one, like this. Let's put it up against my palm. I have very small hands, so we are to there on my palm, and this is a gorgeous, like, formula. I really would like some more of these. There it is there. Absolutely stunning colour. So yeah, it goes on smoothly. It's really, really nice. And I would like to finish this up. Oh, did I really decide to try and finish that? I think I could finish that. It is a sharpenable pencil, and I'm guessing that when I get down to about here, I probably won't be able to sharpen it anymore. But yeah, I want to finish that. That is the lipstick there. And last but not least, the third lady that I rolled in is Frida Kahlo, and the prompt for that was a pop culture product or a Latino brand. Now, as we discovered when I first started this project, because most of my collection has been, you know, from Superdrug, bought from Superdrug, Makeup Revolution, I haven't ventured out into more indie brands or lesser known brands or brands that were not stocked in Superdrug. They've got a lot better recently at stocking more diverse products now. So yeah, I struggled with this one. I did struggle. So bear with me on this one. So I asked Siri that for the definition of pop culture. And let me ask her again, and you can hear what she says. Hey Siri, what is the definition of pop culture?
Pop culture means modern popular culture transmitted via the mass media and aimed particularly at younger people.
So that's what she says. Modern popular culture aimed particularly at the younger people. Now, I's not young. I's old. And so I went with something that was popular when I was younger. Maybe not popular with the masses, but definitely popular with me and my friends. Def Leppard. I loved that band. Absolutely loved that band. It's rock music, and I love them. I fell in love with Def Leppard when Love and Hate Collide come out, and then I listened to more of their songs and I was like, yep, I love this band. Absolutely went nuts over their music. And so when Revolution brought out the Def Leppard collection, I was like, oh yes, I'm buying me that. I said I wasn't going to buy any more of these stupid brand stuff that's fandom based, but it's Def Leppard. It's Def Leppard. And it's Triangle, which is really hard to store. Let me just say that now. But it's Def Leppard. Look. And I have not played with this palette since I purchased it earlier this year. So this is the palette. Look at that artwork. So this is the palette, and I have not had a chance to play with this yet because I've been so busy concentrating on my Project Pan items. So I want to play with this. It might not be pop culture per se, but it was popular when I was a kid, and definitely with the crowd that I ran with. We like Def Leppard. So yeah, I want to play with this. So I'm going to. No one's going to call the Project Panning police on me, I'm sure. So yeah, I'm gonna play with this one. I've only put it in for 5 uses because, as I have mentioned before, I want to play with my collection in 2023. So I don't want to be spending too long on any product because I want to be moving on to the next one. And I figure 5 uses, because I generally tend to use 3 or 4 eyeshadows each time. And this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Has 14 shadows in it. I'm guessing that 5 uses is going to get me to use quite a few of these eyeshadows, if not all of them. So for 5 uses, this is coming in for Frida Kahlo. Yeah, I'm so excited to play with that. So that is that. There's no weight for this, by the way. It's too heavy for my scales. But that is my Women Who Rock update for you. I love this project, and I'm glad that I can come back to this after being away for a few months. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe. And if you like Def Leppard as well, put a tiger emoji in the comment section down below, and we can rock out together. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.